Welcome to the Quantum Nexus, where every story challenges what you believe to be real. There's a question that hums beneath the surface of reality, a whisper that follows you through the static of your thoughts. What if another version of you exists out there, walking beneath a different sky, breathing the same air, but in a world you'll never touch? A version that made one different choice, a version that stayed, a version that said yes when you said no. Each decision, no matter how small, ripples across existence like light splitting through glass, fracturing into infinite reflections of what could have been. And somewhere among those reflections, one of them is looking back. You wake up one morning with that strange, heavy feeling. The world feels familiar yet slightly misaligned. The sound of your heartbeat feels off-tempo. The sunlight filters through your window at the wrong angle. Something inside you whispers, "This isn't the same place you fell asleep in." You try to shake it off, blame it on exhaustion, caffeine, or the chaos of your dreams. But as you move through your day, you begin to notice the world reacting differently to you. A barista smiles and calls you by a name that isn't yours. Your reflection lingers a second too long in the mirror, and deep down, a thought takes root. What if you woke up in the wrong reality? Scientists once theorized that when parallel universes brush against each other, they create subtle disturbances, tiny fractures in perception that the human mind can sometimes sense. Déjà vu, they said, isn't a glitch of memory. It's a flicker from another timeline, a momentary overlap between worlds. Maybe that explains the static you hear in silence, or the echo that never quite fades after a whisper. Maybe it's not imagination. Maybe it's interference, signals crossing through the fabric of existence. And somewhere beyond the veil, another you hears the same static and wonders the same thing. Later that night you dream. You're standing in an empty street bathed in blue light. Everything is still. No sound, no movement, just the faint hum of the world breathing beside you. You see a silhouette at the far end of the street. Familiar posture. Your posture. You both move at the same time, mirroring each other perfectly. And for a second you can feel the pull, like a magnetic field drawing you toward your reflection. But before you reach it, the world bends, folds, and the dream dissolves into static. You wake up gasping. Morning again. You feel the echo of that dream clinging to your skin as though the boundary between sleep and waking life has thinned. The mirror fogs as you brush your teeth, and there it is. That flicker again. Your reflection smiles a fraction too early. You freeze. Then it's gone. Maybe it was just your imagination. But your pulse says otherwise. The day unfolds with unease. Every reflection, windows, puddles, glass doors, feels alive, reactive. Not watching you, but waiting. As the sun sets, you walk through the city, lights flickering like Morse code in the distance. You can't shake the sense that every step you take echoes somewhere else, that another version of you is pacing a parallel street, under a different sky, feeling the same pull toward the unseen. And in that moment, you both pause. Two reflections on opposite sides of existence, frozen by the weight of the same realization. You are not alone. You never were. The pulse grows louder, a low hum that vibrates through your bones. Reality feels thinner, almost translucent. The air bends. The city flickers between versions of itself. Glass towers melting into shadows, streets folding over one another like pages of a book. You reach out instinctively toward the reflection shimmering in the distance. Your hand trembles. The static deepens. And for just a breath, you touch. A surge of light, a whisper between worlds, and the echo of your own voice speaking from somewhere beyond. Welcome to the Quantum Nexus. The morning feels wrong again. The air carries a subtle vibration, like the hum of a machine beneath the skin of the world. You walk through familiar streets, but everything looks slightly sharper, as if someone has turned the contrast of reality too high. People move around you, faces blurred for a fraction of a second before snapping into focus. You blink and the distortion vanishes. but the memory of it clings to your mind. You tell yourself it's exhaustion, but deep down, the pulse from last night still beats. Steady, quiet, and impossible to ignore. You pass a mirror in a storefront window. For a moment you hesitate. The reflection mimics your movements, but there's something wrong with its rhythm. It blinks half a second too late. It breathes when you hold your breath. You lean closer, studying your own eyes through the glass. They seem darker, deeper, as if they hold the weight of another life. Someone brushes past you on the sidewalk. You glance up and the reflection, it doesn't move. It just stares back perfectly still. Then, as if reality itself remembers its script, it catches up. At work, your computer freezes. The screen flickers, and for a split second, you see a reflection that isn't yours. Same face, same eyes, but colder. The image vanishes before you can react. Colleagues talk around you, voices echoing like distant radio transmissions. You can't focus, everything sounds distorted, slightly delayed, as if the universe is buffering. You look at your hands, they feel foreign, detached. And somewhere between one breath and the next, you swear you hear a voice. Soft, familiar, layered with static. It whispers your name. That night, you can't sleep. The city outside hums like a machine in the dark. You sit by the window, watching the lights pulse in strange synchrony. It feels like the skyline itself is breathing. A flicker, and for an instant, the reflection in the glass isn't yours. It's the other you. Eyes locked, unmoving, expression unreadable. You try to speak, but no sound escapes. Your throat tightens, your heart sinking with the rhythm of the lights outside. The reflection raises its hand. You do the same, but it's faster, always faster. You begin to test reality. Turning on lights, counting steps between rooms, checking if your keys jingle the same way they did yesterday. Little rituals to keep the world in order. But the more you test it, the more it unravels. Objects shift positions when you look away. Your phone displays photos you've never taken, memories from a life that isn't yours. The air feels heavier, charged. Every breath tastes metallic, and that pulse again, the one that feels like it's coming from somewhere behind your ribs, now resonates in everything around you. As days blur into nights, the line between waking and dreaming dissolves. You hear echoes when you speak, like your voice travels through more than one world. You start to see the same stranger in your periphery, always standing still, always watching, never close enough to touch. At first you think it's your imagination, but when you blink, he's gone. The silence that follows feels unnatural, a silence so deep it vibrates, and beneath it, faint and distant, a second heartbeat. Not yours. You wake at 3:33 a.m. The clock blinks, frozen on that time. A low hum fills the room, the same tone you've heard in your dreams. You walk toward the mirror, drawn by something you can't explain. In the reflection, the other you is already there, waiting. This time it smiles first. Your breath catches. The glass between you ripples like water trembling under invisible pressure. You raise your hand again. So does it. For a heartbeat, the world holds its breath. And you feel it. The pull of the nexus, drawing you closer to the edge of something vast. The streets feel alive tonight. Every shadow stretches too long. Every corner hums with unseen energy. You move quickly, senses sharp. There it is again. A figure standing still in the distance, unmoving, yet impossible to ignore. Your heart quickens. Something about its presence feels familiar. You know, deep down, that it's not just a stranger. It's you. The figure steps forward, and for the first time you see it clearly. The same eyes, the same stance, yet something has shifted. A version hardened by choices you never made, shaped by paths you never walked. You freeze, caught between fear and fascination. The air pulses with static energy. A low hum fills the alley, as if reality itself is holding its breath. They move suddenly. Not toward you, toward the other end of the alley. Your instincts kick in. You follow, Quick steps echoing, senses stretched taut. Every movement feels mirrored, every breath synchronized with this other self. Time distorts. The walls seem to bend. The alley stretches longer and the city whispers secrets you weren't meant to hear. Suddenly, the world shifts violently. Buildings wobble. The sky fractures in streaks of light. Your double stops mid-step, and the air between you snaps with tension. You sense the gravity of this collision. Two identical beings, occupying parallel threads, pulled toward the same point in space. It feels inevitable, like a magnet dragging iron through fog. You confront it now. The other you stares. No words are spoken. Yet understanding passes between you, silent, but absolute. The city around bends and flexes. Your heartbeat resonates with theirs. Each breath is mirrored. The pulse of the nexus grows stronger, crackling at the edge of perception. You extend a hand. So does it. Time stretches. The alley warps around you. You feel energy surge between your fingertips, an electric hum vibrating through bone and sinew. For a fleeting instant, the world becomes a thin membrane, and you see possibilities folding over themselves like pages in a book, all converging on this single point. Then just as suddenly everything stabilizes. The other you steps back and the streets straighten. The pulse lingers, resonating like a heartbeat echoing across worlds. You are left standing, breathing hard, senses alive with knowledge. You are no longer certain where you end and the other begins. And in that realization, the quantum nexus whispers, paths cross, but only for a moment. The city around you fractures. Buildings twist and stretch like liquid metal. The air hums with electricity. Every step you take shakes the ground beneath you. The other you mirrors every movement. Two realities collide, threads of possibility intertwining violently. You feel it in your chest, the pulse of infinite worlds colliding. Your heart races faster than time itself. The other, you's eyes meet yours, and a silent challenge passes between you. The nexus is alive, and you are caught in its current. Reality bends violently. Sidewalks fold like paper. Traffic lights explode into shards of color. Shadows stretch unnaturally, mirroring movements from impossible angles. You run toward the other you, and every step feels like running through water, resisting a force you can't see. Your hands reach out. The other you mirrors you perfectly. Static energy arcs between your fingertips. It crackles, electric, and alive. The world seems to inhale, holding its breath as reality strains against the force of collision. Time fractures. Two versions of the city fold into one another. Cars, people, lights, all flicker between possibilities. Every heartbeat resonates across dimensions. The other you and you stand at the eye of this storm, feeling the impossible brushing against your skin. The pulse grows unbearable. You step forward, merging toward the center of the energy. The other you matches you stride for stride. Air vibrates with tension. Everything bends. Street signs melt, walls ripple, neon streaks into chaos. You realize the nexus isn't just around you, it's through you. Then silence. The streets straighten. The sky ceases to fracture. The other you steps back and the chaos recedes, leaving only echoes. You stand alone, but you know it's temporary. The pulse lingers in your bones, a reminder that realities are fragile, and the quantum nexus waits, always ready to fold again. Sunrise over calm cityscape, soft cinematic lighting, slow drone pan, gentle haze and mist, warm pastel color grading, subtle floating particles, 16:9. The chaos has receded. The streets lie quiet, bathed in the first light of dawn. You breathe slowly, feeling the weight of everything that just unfolded. The other, you is gone, but their presence lingers, like a memory etched into the fabric of the world. You stare into the reflections of puddles and glass. Each ripple carries an echo of other possibilities, other lives that could have been yours. The world feels vast and fragile, as if every choice has left a mark on its surface. And in that quiet, you begin to understand, reality is not fixed. Paths diverge and converge in ways unseen. Every decision you've made, every hesitation, every leap, has shaped countless threads that stretch across existence. You are both alone and connected, a single note in an infinite symphony. You think about the other, what life they lead, what choices they embraced. It isn't fear or envy that stirs inside, but curiosity and awe. The Nexus doesn't punish, it reveals. It shows the vastness of possibility and the fragile beauty of existence. Every reflection holds a lesson. Every glimpse of what could have been teaches you something essential about yourself. You realize that even in parallel worlds, some truths remain universal. Courage, choice, and the quiet moments between decisions shape the soul in ways unseen. The quantum nexus hums softly, its pulse a reminder that reality is never truly fixed. It is alive, fluid, and boundless. And somewhere, beyond your vision, other versions of you continue their lives, unaware that they are part of the same eternal thread. You breathe in the stillness, and for the first time you feel clarity. The Nexus is not a threat, it is a mirror. It shows the vast possibilities of who you are and who you might yet become. Welcome to the Quantum Nexus. Thank you for exploring the unknown with us. Subscribe to the Quantum Nexus and join the journey beyond what you know.